Hello, friends. I wanted to take just a brief moment to introduce to you a resource that your church should be taking advantage of during this coronavirus quarantine that we're all experiencing. Now, it's fairly detailed, and I'm just going to give a brief overview. If you'd like to dig deeper and get more details, our friend Steve Cheney, our CPA, has more information that's available on our website, and you can look at his information. Basically, I'm talking now about the bill that President Donald Trump signed into order last week, the Families First Coronavirus Response Act, and I'll simply call it the Virus Pay Act. The Virus Pay Act instructs the Internal Revenue Service to reimburse small employers for the paid time off that they pay their employees for virus-related time off, up to 80 hours per employee and up to $200 per day per employee. And that only applies to employees that have been on the payroll for 30 days or more. Well, the basic idea is to keep employees on the payroll and to make sure that they get paid because the government doesn't want a large number of our workforce out of a paycheck and out looking for a job. Now, I have to admit that I'm always suspicious when the government offers to give the church money or to pay the salary of a church employee. But in this case, there are no strings attached to this, and it's being offered to all small employers. Basically, the government doesn't want these employers to shut down, and they don't want these employees to be without pay, and so this is something that we should take advantage of. Well, the way it works is fairly simple. The employer simply gives the employee the time off and pays them for it. Now, if they are working remotely from home, that doesn't count. They have to be not working. Then the employer will calculate how much of that virus pay that they paid to the employee, and they will report that on the 941 payroll tax form. Now, what kind of pay qualifies as virus pay? Well, there's four basic kinds. If they're sick with the virus, if they're caring for somebody who's sick with the virus, if they cannot work because the business shut down and they're not able to telecommute, then that qualifies. And then the fourth is if they're caring for children who cannot go to school because their school shut down because of the virus. And in that last category, the pay is extended out beyond the 80 hours to 10 weeks. And so that is a major extension. Now, the amount of virus pay is reported on the 941 payroll tax report. And by the way, the IRS is developing a quick pay form that's not out yet, but that could be used as well to expedite your payment. The bottom line is that the virus pay is then deducted from the payroll tax obligation, and the employer will then keep the amount straight in their pocket. They don't even have to send it to the IRS. Now, if the IRS or the virus pay is more than the payroll obligation, well, you send in the form and the IRS will send a refund, and so you'll get money that you didn't even have to pay. So that's kind of a brief overview of how it works. If you are a district-affiliated church, Steve Cheney already does your payroll, and he already files your 941s. And so all you'll need to do is to notify Steve Cheney of how much of each employee was regular pay and how much of it was virus pay, and he'll do the rest. If you're a general counsel church, then you do your own payroll or you have your own payroll company, and you'll have to work with whoever processes your payroll to make sure that that happens. Well, that's just a short overview. If you have any questions, if you're a district-affiliated church, you can call or email Steve Cheney. Or if you're a general counsel church, you can direct that call or email to me, and I'll try to help you. All right? God bless you very much. Bye-bye.